it's Alyssa here with Listen Bree. I'm so glad that you are watching this video. It's just me here today. If you have been keeping up with our videos, you should know that Brianna is at college now, so most of our videos will be separate, just singles by ourselves here and there, which it's sad not to be together, but right now we're just going to try and keep making it work. So anyway, I'm here by myself today, and I just want to share 3 quick thoughts about something that God's been teaching me a lot about recently and just convicting me in my own heart about something I really need to work on. And this started back at summer camp. God really used the sermons that week and the different sessions and the scriptural memory and all of that to really show one big thing. Like, God really tied everything together for me that week and showed me one thing that I really needed to grow in. And that's what this video is about, just a few of those areas. And God is still working on me in this area. As I'm going to say in a minute, this is a daily thing that I have to struggle with and give over to God. So God has been teaching me about surrender. And I think most of us would say that we are surrendered to God. We are fully willing to do whatever God wants us to do and willing to use our gifts that God's given us for Him and be surrendered to His will, His plan for our lives. And that's what I thought too. I went into camp, not that I was really thinking about this topic, but if somebody had asked me, I would say, yes, I'm fully surrendered to God. I'm willing to do what He wants me to do. But that week, God taught me that there were so many other areas and other parts of surrender that I was not doing. I was not really fully surrendered, even though I thought I was. So the first thing God taught me about this, He taught me that God wants me to surrender even the little things. And this is the biggest thing that He taught me, because I think when I would say I was fully surrendered, I was thinking about all these big things. So like college, career, family, relationships, those type of things. So I would say that I was surrendered, saying, God, whatever college you want me to go to, whatever major you want me to get, whatever career you want me to have, if you want me to be a missionary, I'll do that. But I was all thinking about the later things, the big things, and I wasn't surrendering my now, my little day-to-day things. And that's really what God wants from us, is every little thing and every day. So that leads me to the second thing God taught me. And the second thing is that I need to surrender my day-to-day life. So I've been trying to apply this ever since camp by each morning during my prayer time, surrendering my little day to God and saying, however you want to use me in this day, use me. I want to be controlled by you, used by you, and spirit-filled. And just, verbally through prayer, surrendering that day over to God. And we need to be continually doing. And that's what I was not doing before camp. I was not thinking about, today when I do math, I need to make sure I'm surrendered to God and doing it to His will and for His glory, So that's everything, every single little thing, every single day needs to be surrendered to God. So that's the second thing He taught me. And the third thing He taught me was that when I am surrendered to God, I do not have to worry about decisions. I don't have to stress about the future or what's happening. But if I'm submitted to His leading, then my job is to follow Him. My job is not to make the decisions. My job is not to, schedule my life perfectly or fit things in or, do all of this and that. My job is just to submit to God and follow Him. And that's a big thing for me. I am definitely the planner type of person. that likes to have a schedule. I like to know what's going on. I like to, journaling it all out, write it all out ahead of time, all this planning. But God doesn't want us to do that for our lives. He wants us to give him the plans and say, God, whatever you want to happen, you take it, and I'm just going to follow you. So that was another big thing. And I remember the session, it was at camp that this third point tied in. We memorized Psalm 23, which is a very familiar psalm, and this session was on Psalm 23. And I think when I'd already memorized the passage, so obviously it was very familiar, and because of that, I wasn't really thinking much about it. But in that session, he was talking about God's not just our shepherd. I mean, that is the main point of the book. God is our shepherd. But that means that we are the sheep. And I guess I had thought about that, but he went on to talk about exactly this. That means we are the followers, not the leaders. And, that just they all go together. I know all of these points go together, but, I don't have to stress about the future because I am not in charge of it. I am not the leader. I do not have to make all these decisions, because if I'm surrendered to God and I submit to his will and his perfect plan for my life, then it's all up to him. And there's nothing I can do about it. And anything that I do is not going to be as good as following his perfect plan. So these are the things that God's been teaching me about in the past few weeks about surrender. God's been teaching me a lot about this area, so much more than I thought was included, because like I said at the beginning, I thought that I was fully surrendered, but then God was like, nope, you're not surrendering this, you're not surrendering this, you're not letting me be the leader. And God really pointed out so many things that I'm not surrendered in. And I think that's something that we all probably have areas where we're trying to be in charge, we're trying to be the planner and take control. But God's saying, no, just follow me. I will be your shepherd, and I will lead you where you are supposed to go. And I think that gives us so much freedom. I have already felt so much more free. This means I'm trying to pray more, not just surrendering every day, but, going deeper than that and talking about these specific areas that God's pointing out to me. And really going through them and saying, God, show me this, lead me in this way. And I just want to live surrendered to God. And that was really what God taught me a lot of in the past month or two. And it's been amazing. Trying to grow in that area. That I'm not done growing in that area. Like I said, it's a daily choice. Not just daily, but every hour, deciding to surrender to God. So I hope this was encouraging to you. Maybe it's something that you've thought about, or something that you could work on in your own life. But I just wanted to share what God's been teaching me, and I hope you've been blessed by this. So have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video.